Hi everyone, Ron Milligan with Remax Select here. Hey, I'm talking today about things that sellers have in their control to get them the most money for their homes. And generally, when I'm talking with my sellers, folks that are getting ready to list their homes, we talk about five major things that sellers have in their control. The first one is timing. Second one is condition of the property. Third one is availability for showings. Fourth one is marketing, exposure, and then the fifth one is price. So today we're going to talk about timing because that can be one of the most important things, and it's been really important this year. When we've been talking to my folks who are talking about selling in 2021, one of the things that we have been doing early on is saying, hey, let's get everything prepped now. Let's get our pictures taken so that somewhere right around February we can hit the market when we know that it's really, really hot. And as it turns out, the first couple of quarters of this year, like the first quarter and a half of this year, were super, super hot, crazy frenzy market. And we see that just about every year when we have a hot market coming off of the fall and winter. There's a time where what usually happens is we have some buyers who are competing, like a big group of buyers who are competing for a really finite number of homes getting listed in the off season. So in February or in November, December, January, and they get really, really frustrated by what's going on. And then we get to about February when we have this pool of excited buyers. And we start to bring in our early bird buyers for the spring buying season, which is typical for our market. We still don't have a ton of homes that have hit the market yet, and now we have this mega group of buyers who are all of a sudden interested, not all of a sudden, but a mega group of buyers who are interested in a really, really small number of homes that are hitting the market, and that's when we see this crazy frenzy. So, for example, in our Portland market, we usually have sort of this ebb and flow of a normal market. Of course, it's been a long time since we've had a normal market, but in general, this is how things happen. We get our early birds in February, our market really starts getting rolling in March and April and May and into June. But in June, in a normal year, we are typically writing our last offers before the summer hits. And once the summer hits July and August, we typically see a fall in new offers being accepted just because we've gone through a lot of rain in any given year, and folks are excited to get out and enjoy the weather and travel. Kids come out of school, so agents leave town with their kids, and when agents are around, houses don't get shown, offers don't get written, and we get some really nervous sellers who end up sitting on the market in July and August, which creates opportunity for buyers. And then in September, folks come back to town, and at that time, we refill our pool of potential buyers. Kids are going back to school, folks are back in town, and we have a nice little bump of business in September that we close in October. And then once we hit the holiday season, November, December, January, it's usually pretty quiet. That being said, in the last couple of years, interest rates have been driving our market through the winter. We've been able to look ahead and kind of see when we're going to have hot times and when we're going to have low times. Most of my sellers, I was saying we need to get on the market way before July to make sure that we sell, because I kept saying to my buyers that there was going to be some potential for getting a deal in July and August, and that's what we're seeing right now, just because of buyer fatigue, number one, and then number two, that caged animal syndrome. Folks have been pent up for the last 18 months. We hit nice weather in Portland. Things were opening back up and folks were heading out on vacation. So it's been pretty quiet, but the expectation is that folks are going to come back to town as school kicks in September. We're going to start to replenish our pool of potential buyers. It's going to continue to grow as more and more folks enter that pool. As we have a real small number of listings hit the market, it's going to constrain our inventory. So we're going to have fewer homes available for this growing pool of potential buyers. And I believe that next spring we may have a repeat, albeit probably a lighter version repeat of what we had this last first quarter and a half of 2021. So it's really important to know what's going on. Talk to your realtor. Your realtor likely knows these numbers as well, and get advice if you have that luxury of putting your home on the market when you want to, and seeing how you can maneuver that to make sure that you maximize on your sale, and then on your next purchase it isn't quite that you don't end up beating yourself up on price, or getting beaten up on the price or the condition of the property. All right, so if you have specific questions, feel free to reach out to me, and then I'll get back to you to talk about condition. Talk to you soon.